Now, in the beginning of the embryology class, the first class is about the embryological period. There are three periods, that is the germinal period, embryonic period, and the fetal period. The germinal period, that is from the after the fertilization to the first 3 weeks of the development. Now we have covered the development of the germinal period. Now embryonic period. This embryonic period, this is the period of the development of the intrauterine life from 4th to 8th week from the fertilization. Now it is the critical period of the development. Why it is critical period? Because analysis of all major organs and the systems are laid down during this period. We have seen it is the formation of the neural tube that is completed into the 4th week. It is the intraembryonic mesoderms and its derivatives that is start forming structures on the 4th week. It is the primitive gut. It is the cloaca. These are the structures. These are the primitive structures. In the further development, they form the various systems, and these are laid down during this period. And the teratogenic agents like the virus, drugs, and the radiations adversely affects the development of the conceptors during this period, and this leads to the congenital anomalies. So now we will start the development of the system like the genitourinary system, development of CVS, cardiovascular system. Before going to the system, we will discuss now the placenta. The embryology of the placenta. In the next class, we will discuss how the placenta is formed and what is its role for the fetus and for the mother. Now see this diagram, this chart. This chart represents the lateral folding. The blue layer, it is the amniotic cavity and its layer, while the yellow, it is the yolk sac and its layer. Between these two, it is the embryonic disc. This is the embryonic disc. If you see this intraembryonic mesoderm, its division, paraxial, intermediate, and the lateral. In the lateral mesoderm, in this diagram, this is the cavity, intraembryonic coelom. We can see here it is the formation of the neural tube. Now, as a result of the lateral folding, now this is the change in the yolk sac, hourglass constriction. It is the gut, and this is the definitive yolk sac, and this is the channel. It is the vitelo-intestinal duct, and this is the cavity. This is the peritoneal cavity, coelom cavity. And on the side of the dorsal mesentery, see, it is the position of the intermediate mesoderm through which it is the formation of the kidney. Now further, here it is the complete fusion. This is the gut tube suspended by the dorsal wall by the mesentery, and if you see here the lumens, these are the formation of the kidney and the gonads that we will discuss in the system. And this part is now separated. This is the umbilical cord region, and this is the definitive yolk sac part. So this chart represents how the lateral folding occurs, and we in the early class Say the term tube within a tube. Now tube within a tube. The inner tube, it is the endodermal tube, tube of the gut. And the outer tube, it is the surface ectoderm. So there is due to the folding, the structures develop. It is the tube within a tube in the body plan. And between this ectoderm and endoderm, the middle space, it is filled by the mesoderm, connective tissue. In this diagram, this is the folding. If you see here, there are two bulging. The first cranial bulging, it is a developing brain, and this is the pericardial sac. Now between this bulging, this is the depression, it is the stomodium, and this is the position of the buccopharyngeal membrane. Now further we see here, it is the 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 arches. These are the pharyngeal arches, and they are help in the formation of the neck. So here there is no neck formation, and there are 2 bulgings, and they are separated by the stomodium. Now if you cut the section in this diagram, this is the cranial and the caudal folding from superior to inferior. If you see in this cranial direction, it is the septum transversum, this is the pericardial sac with the cardiogenic region, this is the buccopharyngeal membrane, neural tube, notochord, this is at the end it is the connecting stalk projecting the allantoic diverticulum, and this is the cloacal membrane. So it is structured before the folding. This is the yolk sac, and above it is the amniotic cavity. Now after the folding started on the both sides. It is the head end and it is the tail end. Next, in this we see a part of the yolk sac is contained, holded by this folding, and this is the gut, and this is the dilated part, definitive yolk sac, and this is the this is the vitelo-intestinal duct, which is wider in the early phase, but as the development progresses, it becomes the narrow. Now see the position. This is the brain, this is the pericardial sac, and this depression is the stomodium. And caudal to the pericardial sac, this is the position of the septum transversum. Here is the allantoic diverticulum and the connecting stalk. Now change the position of the allantoic diverticulum and the connecting stalk. This ring, it becomes the umbilical cord, and in which it is projected the allantois, and this allantois divides the hindgut in the pre-allantoic and the post-allantoic. This post-allantoic in the future becomes the cloaca. Now in this diagram, it represents the lateral folding. How the lateral folding form the clear visible intra-embryonic coelom. So this is about the folding of the embryo, and the next class we will discuss the system, and the first it is the placenta. Thank you very much.